Hey y'all, so I'm in the gym, but I did this one yesterday. I actually really enjoyed this one. It's long, there's not a lot of thinking, there's not a lot of strategy to it, which is nice. You get rest, it's not a lot of rest, so it kind of keeps you moving. It's hard, but it's kind of this mentally, it just kind of takes care of itself type of thing where you just have to focus on the thing you're on. It's a long workout, but kind of easy just to chip away at it. So we got 5 rounds for intensity and technique, 20 wall balls. This should be at a light weight. 10 strict ring dips, 20 box jumps at a very low box, 10 burpees. Once you're done with that, you're gonna rest 2 minutes, and then you're just gonna repeat. So we're gonna throw a 30-minute time cap on this one. And each round is gonna take you between, like, if you're really flying, like 3.5. I think for most people, like 4.5 minutes, something like that. So for me, I was out at the park. You'll see it on the video over here, but I didn't have a medicine ball or a place to throw it up to, but I had a 40-pound little sand kettlebell bag. And what I find is that 40 pounds, even though that sounds a lot heavier, since it doesn't have any momentum coming down and you don't have to be as explosive on the way up, I honestly think the 40-pound sand kettle bag is easier than 20-pound wall balls, but they're pretty close and pretty comparable. So you'll see me on the video doing those. My rep schemes would have been the exact same, I think, with the wall balls. So what I recommend doing is with the 20 wall balls, I'd break these up into 2 sets of 10, unless you're just somebody with whom wall balls is your major strength, and you know who you are if you're that person. If you're that person, I would just come out with all 20. That way you could break up the ring dips a little bit more. But at the same time, if you kind of struggle with ring dips, even if you're great at wall balls, you might want to break them up just to save your shoulders as much as possible for those ring dips. So 20 wall balls, probably unbroken, or 2 sets is what we're looking for. 10 strict ring dips. We can scale these with banded ring dips, and we'll all be throwing description and scaling and things you can do at home if you don't have this equipment in the description of this video and on the workout blog. But strict ring dips, you can also see on the video, I didn't have rings, but I had a straight bar to do my dips on. Kneeling push-ups are also a great sub for this. They're a lot easy, but they give you that kind of downward angle that press of the ring dip gives you. So we'd have to adjust the numbers up, and I like to multiply them by 3. So that'd make this 30 knee push-ups, but it gives you that angle like I talked about, so we don't have that same push-up angle. We give you that kind of decline angle. With those, I'd probably break those up into 2 sets. If you're extremely good, these are going to be unbroken. 2 sets for most. Some people are going to need to go 3 or even 4 sets on this one. But the main thing is we're going to need to maybe scale this number. People doing 10 can probably do close to 30 to 50 ring dips in a row. So let's go ahead and make the rule of 1/3 of a max set on those ring dips. And then that'll keep you using reps that kind of makes sense. So if you could do about 20 of them, maybe 7 a round is going to be the way to go. And same thing, break it up 2 sets, so maybe 4 and 3, or maybe 3 sets to get to your 7. Box jumps, these should just be consistent, unbroken, depending on how your legs and feeling. If you ran yesterday, probably don't bound. I didn't bound because I was going to be running today. The thing to just keep in mind is when you don't bound, honestly, it uses so much more effort and takes a lot longer, which is completely fine. It's not all about speed. This is for intensity and technique. So the step down is just about being consistent. Either one, if I'm stepping down, I'm trying to make sure that when my foot hits the ground, my arms are behind me to throw. If I'm bounding, I'm making sure my arms are behind me. So right when I land, I can throw my arms to pop back up there. But anyway, this should be unbroken regardless of what you're doing, and you need to scale that box height to be whatever it needs to be to go unbroken. 10 burpees, same thing. Kind of at the end of these rounds, they're kind of nasty, but knowing it's 10, what I always do is I just try and get to 3, and then I try and get to 5, and I know once I'm at 5, I'll get to 10. And then also on the burpees, even though they feel pretty terrible after all this stuff, you know you've got a little bit of rest coming up, so just stay smooth with them. You don't have to speed through them, but just get them done. take your rest, and continue on. So 5 rounds, again, 30-minute cap. I went 2 sets, unbroken. But you might need to feel it out depending on how much recovery you're getting during that rest. Enjoy this one. I liked it. Have fun. Talk to y'all soon.